We ended our last set of slides with this very slide here, so just a reminder, standard temperature and pressure is 1 atmosphere at 0 degrees Celsius, and then just a reminder that 1 atmosphere is 760 millimeters of mercury, and that's also equal to 760 torr. So you should be able to do T-charts to convert between all of these values. So some more conversions, you do need to know these. You don't need to memorize them, but you do need to know and can use all of these in a T-chart. So when you're doing your practice problems and you get asked about inches of mercury or millibars or pascals or kilopascals, please reference this slide. So all this means is that 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 millimeters of mercury, which is also equal to 760 torr, or 14.7 pounds per inches squared, 76 centimeters of mercury, 29.9 inches of mercury, etc., so on and so forth. So all of these can be used in a T-chart, and these all equal 1 atmosphere. So we can use those as conversions, and we can also convert and use all of these as conversion factors like moles per gram, like we do with the periodic table. Okay? So if we look at our T-chart, we're never going to stop using these. Please get used to them in the second semester as well. So if we've given that 700 millimeters of mercury, how many atmospheres do we have? So we're going to set up our T-chart, and we're going to start with what we know in our upper left-hand corner, and same as with stoichiometry, we know that what unit has to go down here in order for this to work, and that it's millimeters of mercury. And then you ask yourself, can I go from millimeters of mercury to atmospheres? Do I have that conversion? And you do in fact have that conversion from the previous slide, and you know that 760 millimeters of mercury equals 1 atmosphere. So now if I look at how many atmospheres that I have, it's 0.92 atmospheres in 700 millimeters of mercury. So pretty easy conversion there. Let's go ahead and practice here. I'm going to do all of these with you so that you can get the idea, and then we'll practice together in class some more of these conversions. So if I have 860 millimeters of mercury, I'm going to set that up in the upper left-hand part of my T-chart. What unit needs to go down here in order for this to work? And it's millimeters of mercury. And then you ask yourself, can I go from millimeters of mercury to atmospheres, which is what my question is trying to get me to do? And I can. I know that 760 millimeters of mercury is 1 atmosphere, and when I calculate that, I get 1.13 atmospheres. So again, we're just doing that dividing just like normal in a T-chart. So 720 torr. So we're going to start with 720 torr right here. We know that torr needs to go down there, and we ask ourselves, can I go from torr to inches of mercury? That's not in mercury, that means inches of mercury. That's a unit of measurement. So inches of mercury is up there. From my conversion slide a couple of slides ago, I know that 760 torr is equal to 29.9 inches of mercury. I'm going to multiply across and then divide to get my answer at 28.3 inches of mercury. So 0.89 atmospheres is going to be my next one, so I'm going to start with that in my upper left-hand T-chart. I know that atmospheres needs to go here in order for it to cross out, and then I ask, can I go from atmospheres to millimeters of mercury? I definitely can, because I know that 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 millimeters of mercury. So I multiply across, and I get that 0.89 atmospheres is equal to 676 millimeters of mercury. So my last one, 1.2 atmospheres. So again, this is inches of mercury, not in mercury. So if I've got 1.2 atmospheres in my upper left-hand T-chart, I'm going to go down here. I know that atmospheres needs to go down here in order for it to cross out, and then I say, can I go from atmospheres to inches of mercury? And I can, because I know that 1 atmosphere is 29.9 inches of mercury. Again, I'm getting that number from the slide a couple of slides back. I never expect for you to have this memorized. I do need you to know how to use it. So then I multiply across, and I get 35.9 inches of mercury in 1.2 atmospheres. Alright, there's our conversion slide set, and you should be ready to go for practicing these in class. Thanks.